Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Blue Badge Crypto, bringing you another Bitcoin and market update. But listen, if you're not already on the Twitter, get over there at Blue Badge Crypto. That's where you're going to get the most time-sensitive alerts on trends, trading, and analysis in the market. Let's dive into Bitcoin, guys. I'm going to start it on the 2-hour chart today. I've been starting on the weekly views lately. So let's dive into this 2-hour chart, guys. And I want to break this down as simple as possible, okay? I've seen a lot of charts with people drawing all these crazy lines here. Essentially, guys, all we have here is just some sideways chop action, okay? We've essentially been trading in this range, essentially right here, guys, okay? So let me just kind of mark this out for y'all. So we've essentially been trading from 30,007 to about 28.7, okay? So essentially in a 2K range right here, guys, okay? And what we can see forming here is essentially, you know, from highs to lows, highs to lows, highs to lows. So essentially, this has to break at some point, right? We can't just trade in this sideways action forever. We've seen this before. We've seen this multiple times. But what we also kind of have forming within that range is some type of ascending triangle formation potentially, or if we drag this line out here, which has been kind of our diagonal support through this range, and we extend this out, you can see if I kind of highlight this area for y'all right here, that we have some type of ascending triangle formation right there. Do y'all see that? Okay. And that would have a technical breakout target. Should this play out, it would have an approximate target, if we were to break out of this, of 32,900 approximately. So I'm not totally counting on that, but I just want to showcase that there is a potential pattern in play within this lower time frame here, guys. Okay, but what we also have working through here on these lower time frames is that when we build into a range bound price action like this, right, essentially from our correction back here on May 12th to now here on the 20th, we've been in this range bound price action. Okay, so what that means, guys, is that we're going to have stop losses built up right here, essentially. Okay, and we're also going to have stop losses built up here for short positions. Okay, so anyone that came up and shorted these highs, okay, they're going to have a stop loss probably above these wicks. If anyone caught a short up here, they're going to have a stop loss up in this area right here. Okay, and then for the downside, or essentially on the lower end, we're going to have stop losses built up for long positions right here, guys. Okay, and you're probably asking, why am I showing you this? Okay, well, what this means is that when this range eventually breaks, and it will have to break at some point, and essentially right now we are looking more biased to break to the upside right here, right, where we have this ascending level of support squeezing into this level of resistance right here that we've had back here, like I said, since the 12th. Okay, but once this range breaks, okay, these levels are just going to kind of act as a little bit of gasoline to throw on the fire to allow price action to move further in that said direction. Okay, so we break high here, we hit this area, we're going to start hitting some stop losses, okay, for those short positions, which is essentially buying pressure. Okay, we come up here, which is also a macro resistance, so be aware of that, but there'll be a little bit more gasoline thrown on the fire. Say we break down to the low side, we hit this level, which is under all these wicks right here where people would be longing. That's going to be a stop loss cascade, at least on this lower time frame. And again, kind of throw a little bit of gasoline on that fire, essentially selling pressure to allow price action to move down a little bit further, guys. So just wanted to kind of show that for y'all as well, of what we're looking at in this range bound price action. Let's pull up the RSI and see if we can find any divergences that we've been looking at here. We did have a nice bottoming bullish divergence right here where we had this low in price and our next low in price right here, but a higher low on the RSI. So that was a nice bullish divergence, kind of giving you a bottom here. And let's zoom in. I'm not seeing quite anything else right here. Let's zoom into like a 30-minute chart right here, guys, and see what we can find. So automatically I see this right here when we were in our downtrending, right? So if I just kind of extend these lines out here, remember, guys, this is a 30-minute chart now. Okay, so we had some type of descending structure right here. Do y'all see that? Where we were in this downtrend within this larger range-bound price action, okay? We came to an apex of this price action right here, again, on this 30-minute chart. And again, that same situation where we had a low, lower lows right here, guys, but we had a low and a higher low on the RSI. So that was a nice bottoming structure on that 30-minute chart with this descending wedge, at least some formation of it, that bullish divergence, hitting the bottom of this range. And that's what kind of helped this push, you know, come up now to where we're at. And if we come up here, do we see anything happening? This is, yeah, right here, guys. So we have from here, from this low, we're now making a higher low right here. So a low, higher low in price. But on that RSI, we're essentially making the same, just ever so slightly higher low right there, but essentially the same low on the RSI. So that's actually a hidden bullish divergence. I would say that's like a medium grade hidden bullish divergence right there, guys, where that's going to be continuation of our uptrend. So again, this is a 30-minute chart, so you can't expect too much out of it, but this is, you know, from here has helped kind of get us up here. We'll see if that allows us to push up out of this range that I've been showing y'all guys and lead us. Sorry, let me get it back to the 2-hour chart, guys, and lead us up to what would be our next resistance level here, at least a macro resistance at 31.6. Okay, so these pink lines you see on here are more macro support and resistance levels, and then obviously everything we've been drawing out right here and we've just been talking about are all in these lower time frame hourly and minute chart, guys. So that's what I'm looking at. Okay, if we pull up these EMAs here on this 1-hour chart, guys, what we want to see, let's get even closer. What we want to see right here, guys, okay, is our ascending level of support right here, okay? Our resistance level, what we want to see on these lower time frames when we really zoom in here to know where price action is going to move, right? We want to see these EMAs kind of, these are going to be our moving support levels, okay? So we want to see these EMAs continue up right here. This one, you know, continue moving right here. And I'll make sure I get that right for y'all. And we want to see these continue moving like this. Okay, and what that's going to be, like I said, is our moving support levels. Okay, so on these really zoomed in lower time frames, we want to see price action hold these EMA levels. Okay, and that's where we could see our break above this level and good for continuation up to these next support and resistance levels, guys. Okay, do y'all see how that works? So these EMAs, you see how we get above these EMAs, right? We're below these EMAs, they act as resistance. We get back above these EMAs, and they're now getting nicely fanned out here. We want to continue holding these levels, help us push ourselves right up into this support level here. And if we zoom back out just a little bit, now that we're all mumbled and jumbled right here with all these drawings, okay, we can see, right, when we zoom in here, how this rising or this ascending level of support, that ascending level of support from those EMAs, we're getting squeezed down here in this tiny, tiny little range right here, guys, okay? So there's going to have to be a pop sometime soon, right? We have this ascending level of support, our moving support of those lower time frame EMAs, and then our level of resistance right here, guys. So we're going to kind of be trading in this little bit of a range right here over, you know, the coming hours. We're going to have to see some type of pop here soon. Do we get that pop to the upside and go test this next level, or are we going to fall back down to which our next macro support level would be right there at 29,452 approximately? Okay, guys. So that's what we're looking at on the lower time frames. We really wanted to delve into that for y'all. I'll quickly go over our daily chart. Remember, guys, on this daily chart, we haven't come back and back tested this, what was once a demand zone, which is now going to act as our supply zone, guys. So remember, we're in our macro A, B, C correction. I'm still of the belief that we need to come up here and get some type of B wave to complete the larger leg of this macro ABC correction right here, guys. Okay, so I do think we need, at some point, we do need to come up, test what is now the supply zone, test that 33K maybe plus level, and come back down for one last potential macro low. That's still my belief. I'm still thinking we can make a lower low, and I still think we could hit that 23K level. Let's come over to this right quick. Just as a reminder, guys, this is where I believe we're at, somewhere in this range. If we're comparing ourselves to 2018, every time we fell below the 100 EMA and closed below it, we always test the 200 EMA. I let y'all know that far before we did so, and like I said, I still think we can come lower here, guys. And remember my little secret that I'm making sure y'all have on y'all's charts. Watch for when this 20 EMA right here in yellow crosses below the 100 EMA in green. Whenever that cross initiates, that could be a potential very good bottoming factor right there. Okay, so right on this cross is exactly where we bottomed in 2018. Watch for this cross, guys. We're getting pretty close here. I do think we could potentially be close over the coming weeks, guys. So watch for that cross. Again, right when that cross initiates back here in 2015, right on that cross is right on our bottoming candle right here, guys. So just keep that on your charts. So that's what we're looking at, guys. A quick overview of the higher time frames and mid time frames. Really wanted to show y'all what was going on these lower time frames. So if you enjoyed the video today, if you found it helpful, throw a like down, throw a comment. Thanks for watching today, guys.